He took this to heart. Chancellor Rotman was a generous donor to Western, and he also gave freely of his time, inspiring new graduates and providing sage advice. His impact was felt across Canada in the arts, education, and healthcare, and he will be missed by all those who knew him. Chancellor Rotman believed that your learning days are far from over. Learning is a lifelong process, and Western has not provided you with the answers to all questions. At most, we hope that what stays with you is a way of thinking objectively and approaching problems with an open mind and a healthy respect for new ideas, all tempered with compassion and empathy for the human condition. You are forever a cherished member of this great university, founded more than a century ago, and we welcome you into the Western family. Again, congratulations to each and to every one of you. Now today we also confer an honorary degree upon Donna Soble Kaufman in acknowledgement of her accomplishments as a leading expert on corporate governance issues and an inspiration to women in broadcasting, education, law, and business. And I am delighted to welcome her to this convocation. And to present our distinguished candidate, I will now call upon Dean Brian Timney, Faculty of Social Science.
Donna Soble Kaufman. Mr. Chancellor, President Chakma, honored guests, graduating students. Donna Soble Kaufman, the honorary degree recipient this morning, is a woman of many talents. She has been recognized as one of Canada's leading independent directors and an expert on matters of corporate governance. Currently, she is the chair of the Institute of Corporate Directors, a position she's held since 2011. But her career began in broadcasting, where she worked for CHTV, CBC Radio, and CJAD in Montreal. Deirdre McMurdy, in an article in Canadian Business Magazine, once reported that Donna had the opportunity to call a period in a game for the Ontario Hockey Association. This was at a time when the players did not have identifying names on the backs of their jerseys. Ms. McMurdy reported that to call the game required a skill that would serve her well as a director, and that is how to tell the players without a program. She left active broadcasting to obtain a Bachelor of Civil Law from McGill University in 1984, and later a master's degree at the University of Montreal. She published her master's thesis as a book, Broadcasting Law in Canada, Fairness in the Administrative Process, which quickly became an industry Bible. Since then, she's focused her attention on issues of corporate governance. Traditionally, this is an area that has been very much male-dominated, but Donna has been very vocal in her support for having greater representation from women. It just makes sense that if 50% of your stakeholders are women, then they should be correspondingly represented on the board. She continues to promote her interest in this area by serving on the Canadian Advisory Board of Catalyst, a nonprofit organization that works to expand opportunities for women in business. In her own career, she has set a very high standard. It never occurs to me that I'm not going to be listened to or taken seriously. I'm very vocal about companies doing the right thing. Beginning with her first invitation to become a director at Selkirk Communications in 1985, Donna has served on the boards of some of the most prestigious and powerful corporations in Canada, including BCE, the Hudson's Bay Company, and TransAlta Corporation. She's also served on a number of not-for-profit organizations. In all of these positions, she has stressed the need for corporate responsibility and the importance of having directors who are truly independent. She has said that it is not the function of directors to micromanage corporate operations. Our job is to ask the right questions and to do our homework with a critical eye. In recognition of her work, in 2001, she received the Fellowship Award from the Institute of Corporate Directors for commitment to the highest standards of director professionalism. Despite her very busy professional life, Donna has maintained her strong commitment to her family with her husband, Fred Kaufman, a Quebec Superior Court judge, and her 2 children, both of whom are also lawyers by training. She has also committed her time to a broad range of charitable organizations representing healthcare, education, and business. Donna Kaufman's career and her accomplishments provide a superb example for women, many of whom are in this audience today and about to start their own careers. Mr. Chancellor, on behalf of the Vice Chancellor and in the name of the Senate, I ask you to confer the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, upon Donna Soble Kaufman.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor, I admit you to the degree Doctor of Laws, honoris causa. Congratulations, Dr. Soble Kaufman.
Yes.
On behalf of all assembled here today, I should now like to invite our newest alumna, Dr. Donna Soble Kaufman, to address Convocation.
Thank you, Dean Timney, for that wonderfully warm introduction. I truly appreciate it. Chancellor Emeritus, President and Vice Chancellor, members of Senate and faculty, fellow graduates, proud parents, relatives, and friends. As the recipient of this great honor, I am grateful and truly humbled, and I'm thrilled to share this occasion not only with you, my fellow graduates, but with my husband, Fred, and my children, Leslie, David, and Sarah, whose constant love and support I treasure. I pause here to remember Joe Rotman, a dear friend and mentor, a distinguished chancellor of this university, and a great Canadian who passed away, as our Chancellor Emeritus just said, just a few months ago. It would have been wonderful had he been with us today to share our joy. You have just heard the somewhat unusual and certainly unpredictable journey that has brought me here today. As a woman who left school at the age of 16 to pursue a career in broadcast journalism, followed by several years as a stay-at-home mom, 15 years as a practicing lawyer, and another 20 as a professional corporate director who then stepped down and is now a very busy grandma Donna to 3 fantastic grandchildren, I know something about living a life whose trajectory would have been impossible to chart from the outset. The poet Robbie Burns wrote, "The best laid plans of mice and men often go awry. meaning that you can prepare for everything except the unexpected, and that the future is predictably unpredictable. And this is true, because who among us at the age of 23 or 31 or even 71 for that matter knows what's in store for us? Who among you can predict where you'll live, whom you'll love, what jobs you'll be hired for, and what jobs you'll be fired from? Who among you can make plans for the person you'll be in 10 years, in 25 years, in 50 years? Who among you would even recognize the person you'll become over that time? Does this mean that you shouldn't have dreams? That you shouldn't have ambitions? That you shouldn't aspire to invent, to create, to inspire others, to teach, to learn, to change the world? Of course not. It simply means that these things are the product of years of following your dreams, following your friends, following good advice, following bad advice, and that these things are the product of winning, of losing, of living. As we are here today, some of you are preparing to continue your studies, while others are chomping at the bit to start living your lives and delivering on the plan that's been percolating since first year, or since high school, or perhaps since as long as you can remember. And my guess is that as certain as you say you are about what you plan to study, what you plan to do for a living, what you plan to be when you leave Western, that you've had moments of doubt. For some of you, this doubt comes because of criticism from others. For others, it's a little voice in the back of your head saying, "Not so fast." I fully appreciate from my own challenges that this doubt can become all-consuming, even paralyzing. Well, this fear, this angst, is something that you must not only recognize, but something you must embrace. Why? Because every worthwhile endeavor is comprised of success and failure, the yin and yang of life. Successes are like mileposts. They mark points along the way, letting you know where you are in some measurable way. And failures are building blocks. Anyone can soak in the splendor of victory. Only inspired individuals can face adversity and learn from the agony of defeat. I suspect some of you are thinking, this doesn't apply to me. I've excelled at Western. I have the education and the will to succeed. I won't fail. Well, there are occasions when you will fail. You will fail early and you will fail often. You will fail in public and you will fail in private. You will fail the companies you work for and you will fail your friends. You will fail your families. You will fail yourselves. You won't fail because of ignorance. You won't fail because of a lack of effort. You will fail because you are exceptional. And it is exceptional people who change the world. The world changes as exceptional people innovate, invent, protect, protest, and endure. The question isn't whether you will fail, it is what you will make of those failures. Will you have the self-awareness to know that you have failed and to learn from it? Will you have the self-respect to ask for help? Will you have the self-esteem to keep trying? And will you have the self-confidence to know that you can risk and fail and risk again, making attempt after attempt after attempt? Of course, you can avoid failure. You can simply avoid taking risks. You can avoid any task that is hard, any question that is difficult, any challenge that seems insurmountable. The halls of mediocrity are filled with people who have never failed, not even once. Or you can dare to fail again and again and again. And somewhere along the way, something strange and wonderful, something petrifying yet gratifying will happen. You won't fail. You won't have the wrong answer. You won't show up at the wrong place at the wrong time. You will be right. You will be heard. You will answer questions that ordinary people said were unanswerable and solve problems that ordinary people said were beyond our reach. And that is not simply a milepost. That is achievement. And the magnitude of your achievement is directly related to the risk of failure you were willing to assume at the outset. Today, you are at the end of your time at Western and at the beginning of the rest of your life. How many twists and turns your career, indeed your life, will take is anyone's guess. The question you must answer now is this: am I willing to be a true risk taker, even in the face of insurmountable odds, to realize my full potential? Take risk today. Take risk tomorrow. Take risk alone and take risk as part of a team. For it is from this risk-taking that truly extraordinary things will emerge. And achieving truly extraordinary things is what is expected of you. Be extraordinary. Grab opportunity and hold on as if your life depends on it. It does. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Donna, for your thoughtful and inspiring address. We appreciate you sharing your insight and observations today with our graduates. Your leadership in business and dedication to public service is laudable and sets a wonderful example for our graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me once again in congratulating Western's newest Honorary Doctor of Laws, Dr. Donna Soble Kaufman.